I have honestly tried. I promise you, I've tried today. I came in with intentions of getting the U Green video recorded, even though not in the script, I'll explain in a moment. I was going to do a short for YouTube. Because I was set vertical, I was going to do one of the shorts for our friends, the mystery sponsors as well. So I've got the AC running. I hope you don't mind. I've got it on the lowest. It might kick in every now and again, just trying to keep a bit cooler in here. I've only just sort of finished shooting the A roll. So I got in here 11ish today. It's now approaching 6. And all I've managed to get done really is the A roll for U Green. I've checked the blog for the week and tidied that up, so that's in a good state. Edited a photo, answered comments, done a bit of admin, and then I began reading through this script. Now, you know the way I do it. I write the script in Ulysses, then I export it as a text document. I don't know if I've explained this before. I export it as a text document to iCloud, and then from there I put it into the teleprompter app that I've got. And then it's just a case of sitting down with everything still open, just reading through it, making little alterations so it sounds more as I would speak. And then finally, when I think I'm ready, it's lights, curtains on, blah, 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 get changed and be ready to record, which is what happened. I did 2 takes in the end. One took me about 25 minutes. The second take, which I think is better, took me about 15 minutes. This is exactly, the reason I'm recording here is it was set up, it was quicker to record in here. To be honest, I do want to get home, I want to go for another walk. I did go for a walk this morning, I just want to get some fresh air. I've just had a long day in here today, and I just want to have a little bit of Sunday. I thought it was the Monte Carlo Grand Prix today, but that's next weekend. It's nearly always the last weekend of May, so I don't know why it's been swapped around. I don't know if that's because of the little break there to have at the beginning of the season. Anyway, I've decided to risk recording the U Green script for a couple of reasons. A, I think it's a really good script and tells a really good story. As I've explained to you, now I use it a lot. I've actually got user case that I can talk about. I still haven't set the new one up. I've got it out of the box, but I haven't set it up. That I'll do later this week. And then what I think I'll do, I think it makes sense to me. The 2 main things I've got on there are a year's worth of photos and the vinyl app library that I've been building up. So I think what I'll do is I've checked the size and they're not massive. I can put them onto my Samsung T7 SSD. Then I can, when I've got the new NAS set up, I can import those 2 files onto it. And then they should be at the same spot. And then hopefully I can set up backup and sync, which will only be a small amount of data that's got to go between here and home kind of thing. I'm hoping when I put the music on there, it brings over all the album art and the metadata. I can't see why it wouldn't, because I'm going from one U Green NAS to another. I'm sure if I was more NAS savvy, I could probably take the main drive out of the first NAS, put it in the second NAS for it to copy, and then I won't do that. I'll start with the NAS brand new and the 4 drives they've given me, and then just try and copy those files to it. I did have a bit of a play around this morning with the Theatre app. So the Theatre app is very, very, very similar, as I can understand it, to Plex. It brings over any artwork, it brings over trailers and extra scenes and things like that. So that's just kicked in for me. I hope it's not too noisy. I'll try and kill it in Final Cut. Let me set it on so it's moving actually. And I bought it. I suddenly thought I've got an optical drive. I've got this I bought years ago. So I'm wearing the lav and I'm using the shotgun. I'm probably going to end up. I didn't know because I was too far back whether the shotgun would work or not, but it actually sounds pretty decent. I'll put both versions into Final Cut. So I've got kind of the first. I can see it looks okay. I bought an optical drive years ago for a Mac. I think it was from my first MacBook Air actually. And I suddenly thought I could bring that in. Yes and no. I tried to put it into the NAS. The NAS doesn't see DVDs. I put it into the Mac. The Mac does see DVDs. But what I've got to learn now is how to save a copy of the DVD to the Mac. There was one forum I saw that said you could use Disk Utility. That didn't work for me. I had a George Clooney movie that I bought in and it was just too data protected. I couldn't do anything with it. So my next question is, how do I save a DVD that I bought, a legitimate DVD? How do I save that data to the Mac? I think once I've got it saved to the Mac, then I can just drop it to the personal folder on my, because the U Green NASs, I'm sure it's the same with other NAS as well with Synology, they give you a local folder on the desktop. And I'm pretty sure once I've got that copy, I can then drag it into the local folder, see it on the NAS then, and then put that into the theatre. So I've just got to learn. I think Handbrake was one of the things. The Handbrake used to be used to edit PDFs and things. And I thought there must be some tool on a Mac that I could have used natively to save a DVD, but I can't find a way around it. I haven't tried. The only thing I haven't tried actually is QuickTime. I don't know if that would work or not. I'm kind of running out of the inclination to try tonight. Clearly, I'll be in tomorrow. But anyway, if you've got any idea how I save a DVD from how I save the DVD data, I'd like to know. Also, there's a great film I saw last night as well. When I went out for a walk last night, I looked at Internet Movie Database, and there was some really interesting stuff on there. I just put in workplace drama, and it pulled up some really good movies to watch. And the one that I watched last night was called Margin Call. Brilliant lineup in it. It had Stanley Tucci, Kevin Spacey, Paul Bettany, Jeremy Irons, and Demi Moore as well. Really good movie. I suggest you look it up. It was ever such a good watch from about, it was about the crash of 2008. It was the very start of that. The guy that sort of saw the formula and saw it coming. But a really good watch. I suggest you have a look at that. And there's other movies I've got listed down. I'm hopefully going to have a look at a little bit later on as well. So I haven't really got much else to say today, to be absolutely brutally honest with you. It's just been a day in the studio working. But I think even if the client changes a little bit of the script, because it's a script, I'm going to leave this shirt, I'm going to leave the lighting exactly as it is, so I can literally, if I get an email in the morning saying something she wants changed, I can just change that paragraph. I'm not going to do any editing on it yet, but I thought, well, if she likes it, and I'm very surprised if she doesn't, because I read the brief very carefully, because I'm not good at reading, oddly. Although I write, I'm a very bad reader. But I'd read her brief carefully, so I put in there all the different points I think she wanted to mention about UGOS and security surveillance and different ways that you can use the Photos app. So fingers crossed she likes it. But as I say, at the worst, it will only be recording a very small part of it. So I just figured it gets me ahead a little bit. And then tomorrow, hopefully, well, you never know, our mystery sponsor's money might show up. It might not. If it doesn't show up this week, I mean, the video is almost at 1,000 views now anyway, natively. If it doesn't show up, I will surely be making a video about it. Hopefully I'll get around to making a short for YouTube. It's the first time I haven't put a short on YouTube in a good... I've been doing it one per week. They don't always do particularly well. And to be honest, I can only do so much, right? It's not as if I've been slacking. I've tried today. I really have tried. And I just can't get enough done. I knew I was... It didn't sound a lot. 3 shorts, 2 shorts, and a main video. But of course, this main video takes a lot of work. You know, that's why they pay, because I've spent all day reading the script, writing the script over a day and a bit. It just takes a lot of time. But again, I'm sitting that little bit further back. I think it looks quite a nice set. I've just moved where the tripod is very fractionally. The shotgun mic's doing a really good job, actually. I thought it'd be too far away. It's very, very directional. It's pointing directly at my mouth. And I've listened to it back, and it's done a really good job. I only wore this as a backup, which I don't think looks bad anyway. But anyway, that's kind of what I've got now. So I'm just going to clip this together. Well, not clip it together, just top and tail it and get it uploaded and be on my merry way for a walk. I think the weather sort of clouded over a bit, but I just want to get the windows open and see some daylight again now. So anyway, it's been a good day, just a long day. And I wish the only plaything I wanted to do was learn how to bring movies into the theatre app on Ugreen. I'm glad I've tried it, because at least now it gives me more to talk about. I understand kind of a bit more about it. It's like with everything, you know, once you try these things, it begins to piece together. I know I could go to torrent sites. Many, many, many years ago, I did download some music when I was on radio from torrent sites, but I don't like doing that. Ethically, it's not good. And also, you don't know what kind of risk of infection you're going to get out of it as well. So it's just not worth it. I'd rather, you know, because genuinely, you go into charity shops and find boxes of DVDs. Some might be decent. If there's sites that I could go to buy, I don't know, maybe you know the site. I know that's the benefit of Plex. If you pay for their $60 a year, whatever, you get movies and sport with it. But this is something I've just got to learn. Also, I didn't today, but I did in the background yesterday, have the French Open on the background. I was using a VPN. I know it's not new. First time I've done it, though, I went onto a French TV, put my VPN to France, and I had it playing in the background yesterday. I don't know who's playing today, but I've got a feeling I'm going to watch another movie tonight, because there's some great movies on that list I happen to find. So I'm going to get out of here now and get my feet up. Anyway, I hope you had a really good day. Hope you enjoyed yourselves, and I will catch up with you tomorrow with progress of how Monday's gone. I'll speak to you then.